Hello, y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Good evening. Welcome to another Drama is Life. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I got my hot chocolate, I got my cookies, even got my tissues. Because tonight our topic is going to deal with having all of those because you may need them, right? So y'all know it's December. Welcome. Welcome to December. So glad that you made it to December. Cold, depending on where you are in the world. But either way, we're glad you made it. So, hello, I am Theresa White, your host of Drama is Life, where we talk about drama, the emotions that bring roller coasters to life, but also the therapy that comes along with it and how we use it in our everyday life and sometimes don't even know it. So tonight we have a great topic and I want to have a conversation with you. So please get ready to sit down with me and respond. Let me know if you're here. Let's say hello to me. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you are listening or watching from so we can do this whole thing together. So tonight our topic is going to be about the effects of holiday movies because y'all know it's the holiday season. And so you probably have already saw the premieres that has started probably the day after Thanksgiving. And so I want to have a conversation with that because that's been my experience. Like this past weekend, I was doing planning and getting things shifted around in my house and setting things up and went to the store and bought stuff just to get ready for holiday movies. So, how many people do that? And I say that because everybody has different responses and effects for holiday movies. So I want to have a conversation about the effects of holiday movies and what that brings up in this season and time for people. So, with Drama is Life, as you all know, if you have joined before, if it's your first time, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And I hope that you learn some good information and have some fun while you're doing it. So, Drama is Life not only talks about social and mental topics, but we also discuss the effects that it has, and also with the point of decreasing the stigma of mental health, particularly in our community, but among faith based and African American communities. So, but I want to have a conversation about this because I want y'all to know what I did this weekend. And I really sat back like, why do you keep doing this? Like, what is the reason? Like, when people talk about the holidays, why does Hallmark blow up? Now, Hallmark is Hallmark. We get that, right? Like, it's the cards, it's the whole experience, right? But why do they have premieres? And particularly, like, there is a whole, like, if you stream, if you own live, from your Roku or whatever kind of smart TV contraption that you have, then there's typically going to be a stream or a whole like category that's just devoted to holiday movies. And I know you've seen it, even if you don't celebrate the holiday. You at whatever stream or whether it's YouTube, not YouTube, and even YouTube has it. I've seen it on YouTube, even Netflix, and Voodoo and all these other different apps and streaming apps, and on your cable TV if you have cable, there is a channel, an app that is devoted strictly for holiday movies. Why though? Why? Why is there such a big hado about these movies that are coming up for this month, and particularly like that market even beforehand? I was seeing commercials, and I don't know about anybody else. And so let me know, give me a like or a thumbs up if you also saw commercials even before December showed up. If you saw commercials, and some people I saw, in some cases, I saw commercials the day of Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. I'm like, Thanksgiving is not even gone yet. And we're already talking about other holiday movies. So I want to talk about the effects of holiday movies. What does it do for people? And again, there has to be something that happens when watching holiday movies that they can continue, that it continues to be this really big deal. And I can't even act like I haven't got into it. Again, I got my hot chocolate, and if you could see this, like it really, I can't even show y'all on the camera, but I got my marshmallows in here. Mm. Can you see the sting? Look at the sting. Yes, yes. Because you got to get yourself set up. And so I'm gonna talk about my personal setup, and the reason why this is something that sometimes we don't always connect it is actually having a mental, physical, and emotional response and effect on us. So of course you see the premieres, you see the commercials of this movie is coming out. Have you get ready on December 15th or the Saturday at 4 o'clock and whatever day that they say and whatever time they tell you, they're gonna let you know over and over and over what movie to watch, what channel to watch it on, so that you can get yourself ready. You can already go buy again your cookies. And I got a few different cookies, and I'm gonna just show y'all a little bit. Does anybody remember these? And don't try. These are the little ones, but we used to have the big ones. Y'all see these? The big ones. And what I used to do, and yes, we have baked cookies as well, the chocolate chip, and all those. But I want to talk about these particularly, these cookies and what they did. So I have gas heat, and we grew up with gas heat. So I would turn it on and literally lay this on the eye. Don't, I probably should not have done that, but I did only for like 2 seconds because it would melt this part, not like super melt to pull it in your fire, but it would just get this melted enough that it was warm and soft. And I would do all of the bigger ones, of course, all of my cookies like that. And it set me up. I get my cookies ready. I got my hot chocolate. And I'm got my blanket. Y'all, like the blanket. You have to have the blanket because this is going to be a time that people get cozy. If you have a fireplace, if you don't, you have your heat because this is that cold season, we know, depending on where you are in the world. But all of these things set up the experience. But why though? Why? Why does it matter if we have hot chocolate, and why are they trying to sell hot chocolate to you? Mhm. Why does it matter if your cookies are warm and coming out the oven? Because when you go to the movies, you got to have the popcorn. Maybe you don't, but I do. I like to have the popcorn, nachos, drink experience as I'm watching this big screen and having this wonderful experience with whatever movie I've decided to go and see. And because they have advertised that so well in the movie theater, I bring that, and maybe even beforehand, brought that to home where I was like, "Ooh, we're watching this movie night." And when you say movie night, what foods? And so I want you to add in the comments to let me know. These are, the little striped cookies, but they are, there's big ones. What food do you bring? Do you watch holiday movies? And if you do you bring food? Do you bring drinks? Do you bring a blanket? You bring your tissues? Like, what is a part of your setup for holiday movies? And I'm going to talk about each of these and why. But I first want to have a conversation with regards to the movies themselves. And good evening, BJ. Welcome, welcome. The movies, what holiday movies do you? So I'm just name a few. So please put some in the comments that I may not have said. The 12 Days of Christmas. I just went to Indianapolis to see a play, Beef and Board's play, that's based off of a movie, It's a Wonderful Life, which was really, really good. I really enjoyed the play version of it. And so for those who don't know, yes, I'm located in Indiana. My practice is in Terre Haute, Indiana, but I do services for the entire state, so virtual or in person. If you want more information about that, you can go to our website. Again, the drama of all these movies. So It's a Wonderful Life. It's a really big one. And I'm somebody, just to be honest about it, y'all, I had no idea what A Wonderful Life was about, or It's a Wonderful Life. I heard about it from a family member probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It was the first time. And they was like, "What? You've never heard of A Wonderful Life or It's a Wonderful Life?" I was like, no. Right? We got the classics for us. We got the Grinch, How Grinch Stole Christmas. We got how Home Alone 1, 2, and then they actually did a 3, but we don't anyway. Home Alone and the series of Home Alone, depending on how you feel about that. So a different conversation. Then there is, I said, the 12 Days of Christmas. You got It's a Wonderful Life, which is a big deal. It was my first time watching it was about 5 years ago. And I really liked it. Really liked it. Um, how the Grinch Stole Christmas. What's some other ones? What's some other holiday movies that you one that I have played in my office today was Christmas Bell. So they have a lot of these that like have turned Disney movies / Christmas theme or this holiday theme. And I say that because that pulls people in. We enjoy, whether we are young, older, I say old, but older, whether we are male, female, we really enjoy, a lot of people enjoy the holiday movie experience. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I like something sweet. And right now I don't have the popcorn with me. But I'm gonna tell you why. I like something sweet and how that relates to the effects of holiday movies. Because I like to watch things that are sweet. This is a season that it's so commercialized. And yes, even the movies are too, the holiday movies. But when you're sitting down watching a holiday movie, one of the great things about drama on TV, drama in your shows, drama in your life, is that it pulls you in, it grabs your attention. That's a good thing if we're going to do something with it. So with movies, they pull you in with that. They pull you in with the drama, right? They pull you in with the conflict that could arise. So I really like the sweetness that can show up because it's drama already happening in stores. It's drama happening sometimes in people's finances, on their jobs. And so people get to come home and just enjoy a story. So kind of like, again, on the screen story and get lost into the lives of other people, even if you've seen the movie 500 times. And that's not an exaggeration for some people. And let me not forget Rudolph, the cartoons, the whole night when they do the Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman, which is a yearly tradition. Also, let me not forget the Christmas Story, which is a 24-hour marathon during the holiday. So I say that because people, you can watch it the one time, and that 24-hour holiday, you probably have watched it 2 or 3 times. Something sweet, because we have so many different things that can be bitter in our lives, that can be painful, especially when we talked about grief, can be painful. And so it's nice to be able to watch something that makes you feel light, that makes you smile. And so cookies, something sweet, it makes me smile. And so if I've seen the movie before, I know what to expect. So the effects of watching a movie I've already seen before, that you're not surprising me. I already know what's going to happen. And I already know what emotions is going to pull from me. And for some people, and in my experience, sometimes for me, that's comforting. So we talked about with that blanket, it's the comfort that this movie brings every single year, every single time I watch it. It brings a comfort to me because I know the emotions that are going to be present. And so, even though there may be some things happening around my holiday that I may not really like, this is predictable. The effects of this holiday movie and various holiday movies is it's predictable. It's predictable with the emotions, whether it's going to be like, even if we think it's cheesy and corny, because we have seen some of those, like, oh, here we go, the corny love stories that like things are like nobody does that, that nobody falls in love like that, but we watch them and we laugh about them, talk about them, whatever we do about them. Even if we're watching them alone or watching them with family, they bring up a nostalgia for us. And even the new ones, because we remember watching holiday movies with loved ones. And sometimes, again, and I'm not negating the fact that they can bring up a grief response for some people, for a lot of people. This holiday can bring up a lot of different emotions, but holiday movies, again, people want the comfort and the predictable emotions. If I'm tearful and I need a tissue, it's a good way because I'm got a little tear here because this was a good moment that made me really like it was heartfelt. So I can have my tissues ready. If there is something like, okay, again, I can predict that. I say that because during this holiday season, people are running around, literally, running around trying to please people with material things. Let's just break it down to what it really is. And it can leave you feeling very bitter. And so this cookie, and whether you have chocolate chips, snickerdoodles, whatever you watch for you bring with you with your for your holiday movies, can bring some sweetness to a lot of bitter things that are happening around you. Pretty good, y'all. And I told you about my fire. These are little ones, kind of like, tease you ones. But the cookies, again, bring something sweet. So you can see something sweet in the movies. I also, for the popcorn, I don't have my popcorn with me, but I have a salty snack. The popcorn, the salt, because what salt represents is preserving and stability, right? Like it keeps things fresh for a long time. And so the popcorn, even though we have it in a natural form, the metaphor and how it connects emotionally when we're watching these movies is that it can bring that balance and that connection of to these characters, to these people. And am I still here? Hello. Okay. So I may get a little upset throughout the movie, but that's a good thing, right? Because that's the drama that's drawing you in, the salt, right? The salt and butter, that good blend, and like, ooh, what they gonna do? And I can't believe she or he is doing this and that, and and emotionally you're drawn in. The benefit of that and what that does for you during these holiday times, especially for those who have a lot of emotions that are stirring up and even mental energy that's happening, it gives you a safe place to release that. I can yell at the TV about how stupid he is for doing A, B, and C if I'm not able to yell at some other area in my life. Maybe I can't yell at my boss, so I can't yell on my job. Hopefully, that wouldn't be something I want to do consistently. But if I have some stressors that I need to get out, but I can't get them out here and then still have a job or still have security or safety somewhere, I can do it in the comfort of my own home, in my blanket with my hot chocolate and cookies and popcorn and whatever other snack I have. I can get that frustration out at this movie, and nobody's gonna look at me crazy and judge my emotional response. That's a big deal. And sometimes we don't even connect those dots. It's a safe place to release my emotions, whether it's to release my tears. And I have family that will laugh, and kind of giggle because they're like, oh, the reason she's gonna cry at the movie, right? Yeah, maybe that's the time that my system needs a release. And I'm gonna use this movie to do it. I'm gonna use the movie to help me cry. Because maybe I am missing family members, but I haven't shed tears yet. Or I want to shed tears, but I don't want to draw attention to that. I want nobody talking to me about it. And there's a lot of different effects and reasons that people do that. But I want you to be aware that it's okay if you need one of these, all of these, or more of this, right? More of these different things. I need something warm, and chocolate makes you feel good, right? We were just talking about that today with somebody. Chocolate releases endorphins. Like whether people want to admit it or not, we just feel good when we have chocolate. For those who like chocolate, because of the cocoa and the natural effects to lift up the mood. The warmness relaxes you. So a tense and stressful day, I got something warm, something happy that's going to relax me. So again, we put these things in place because we're trying to engulf or even be a part of the experience that we are watching. So I'm asking, and I'm saying these things. So I wonder, and I know people are like, I watch movies because I just want to enjoy them, or I really enjoy the Christmas season, and this is why I watch it. Some people watch it for the nostalgia because they wanted, it reminds them of like when they did it with their family at a younger age, and it was just a lovely and fun time. It's okay to relive that, because when we talk about emotional releases, and again, we can, this bring up a lot of emotions and can bring up a lot of grief for people because of those who are not here, for transitions that are happening in their lives, that it can bring up a lot. And so it's healthy to say, I'm going to mentally be able to take myself back and to be able to enjoy and take myself into a memory that's happy that I had with this person. now, or with these people, depending on, how, if you did it with the whole family, that kind of thing. It also can be a traditional thing that is a nice tradition for the family, and it's a togetherness. So the effects of holiday movies is that it brings families together. When you are like, hey, everybody, you got the popcorn, you got the cookies, you got the candy, you got whatever you got the blankets, let's get together. We turn the lights down and everybody comes together. We picked collectively what movie we're going to watch tonight. Maybe every night we do one, every week we do one. Whatever the tradition is for that family, it brings them together. And sometimes as we go throughout history, it can go throughout generations, and to help you leave a legacy of togetherness where we share emotional experiences together. We share laughter together, because that togetherness, whether we want to admit it or not, it actually brings a nice, healthy release to our system. Yes, it's wonderful to laugh alone. It's we can have a nice release when we cry alone, but it brings more to the system. It actually releases better when somebody cries. And that's why the Holy Scriptures talk about mourn with those who mourn, laugh with those who laugh, because the unity in community, literally, the unity among people, the unity in community brings a stronger and more intense release, and a healthier release, where you're not sitting there bogging up those emotions. And so I say that whatever movie you're watching, and I don't see anybody's comments about movie. Come on, y'all, what's the movies? Tell me what the movies are that you guys watch. What are the holiday movies? Even if the ones you used to watch when you were younger. I love to hear about older. Again, It's a Wonderful Life, I didn't realize was as old as it was, but it has a wonderful meaning, and I really enjoy it at this age. So, what are some movies that even maybe when you watch as a young child, because A Christmas Story is one of those ones that has been out since like the 80s, I think like 85, or maybe a little bit sooner, and that it continues throughout generations. So, people who are probably up in their teens, and youth who are younger probably have heard about The Christmas Story because of the generational effect it has had. People keep bringing it up over and over again every year and introducing it to their children and their grandchildren. And so that's what these movies do. They affect that they again pull in families together. They also can help you release some of these strong emotions, whether it's sadness, anger. So again, I'm not getting rid of, not negating that anger, releasing, yell at the TV or yell at the character. I can release that in a healthy manner with no judgment, because that's where it really comes down to. People want to have a safe space to feel. Even if it is like, I don't really know how I feel about this season this year. I don't really know where I'm at. And sometimes the movies can make you frustrated because I don't want to see nothing holiday-ish. I don't want to watch a holiday movie. So maybe it brings, again, that response of avoidance. I don't want to see it. I don't want you to talk about it. Maybe some people, that's maybe why they don't want to listen to tonight's live, because we announced the title. If people saw like, oh, we're going to talk about that, nope, I don't want to watch that. And I say that because whatever the response is, it's validated, because every single one of us is in a different place in our healing journey, a different place in our awareness of ourselves, of others, and a different place even in a grief journey. Because we've all experienced grief. We've all lost a loved one. We've all had experiences where somebody maybe this year or this holiday season is no longer with us. Whether that is they're in the military, so somebody can be grieving someone that's still living, but just not with them. Maybe somebody moved away this year, so they won't be there for the holiday. And you're used to having them with you during these holiday movies. And you're like, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to remember that this person's not present. But maybe that's exactly what your system needs. We talk about how drama therapy, we use it every single day. We're pushing away from what our system, and I say system because that's mind, body, and soul. Our system is saying, hey, Theresa, I need you to pay attention to that. I need you to do something with me. I need to heal. I need to release, and to do it in a safe manner. And so the effects of the holiday movies, every year we watch them, we laugh, we can be mad at the whole family. But the holiday movies, siblings are mad at each other. But the holiday movies, we all gonna come down. I may have just got through fighting with a brother or sister a couple hours ago. We got sent to our room, and hopefully we can still watch the holiday movies. because again, it's a unity piece. It brings people together, and it brings catharsism. Cathartic is the word I want to use. It brings catharsis, the release, which that means is the release and the healing of the emotions and what the system needs to get out. So I hope that you enjoy one holiday movie. I hope that you make a holiday movie with your loved ones. I say that because one of the biggest issues with grief that keeps the healing stagnant is the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and we'll deal with that on a different live topic or episode for Drama is Life. But the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, I wish I would have spent more time. I wish I had, and I say that now. For being a mother, as you look at the transitions of life, I would love to go back at times to the infancy stage and just enjoy that part more. I would go back, even though it may be terrible twos and threes. I would love to see that stage again. And so, if you don't have it in the video form, if you don't have it in pictures, people are like, I wish I would have taken more pictures of you. I wish I would have um, spent more time with you, right? And even saying that can bring up a response. And I'm going to be transparent because saying that as a parent, that brings up an emotional reaction to me where I want to grab my tissue and be like, this is a season that reminds me that, my children are not as young as they used to be. And of course, they may not be mad about that. But as parents who are like, this is a year, maybe your child turned 18. Maybe your child graduated and went off to college. And so you get to have them back for the holiday. Or maybe they're so far away that you don't get them back. So there's so many different transitions that people are experiencing. And these holiday movies are the central hubble. And I say that because I can be in Ohio and somebody can be way across the sea somewhere. If it's on the same stream, we can stream, okay, we're going to watch this. You're ready. And people do that because they did that over COVID, right? That was one of the great ways that I saw a lot of people come up with very creative ways to stay connected. And this is something people connect with. Okay. And I say that because I did it with my family member this weekend. I had planned and set up and again, got cookies and hot chocolate and did all the things, right? And I said, okay, we're ready. We sitting here, it's about to start, right? And so you see the whole credits and all that, and you both are sitting there together in two different locations, but not really two different locations. You're still very present with each other. So when we say, even though you may not be present physically with me, I can still pull you in and we can still share this time together because that is one of the greatest benefits of the World Wide Web. That's one of the greatest benefits of technology, that it connects people from all over the globe in moments of hardship or moments of joy. Whatever those moments are, it can connect you. Good evening, Terry. So yeah, absolutely. The effects of holiday movies can be vast, and I only touch the surface. You let me know how holiday movies work for you. You let me know, do you watch them or don't you watch them? And why or why not? I hope that you get your catharsis, cathartic, I keep on saying catharsis, but it's the same, cathartic release. With whatever movie, whether you binge watch, and I'm somebody sometimes that it's a stress reliever. As I talk about my hot chocolate, it relieves and relaxes to just be able to focus on someone else's story. Sometimes it can bring up that grief response to look at relationships that you don't have, whether it's a romantic relationship, parental, sibling, family, but you can still, again, release that in a safe manner as you watch the movies. So allow them to bring to you what you need in this season so that you can heal the way you need to in this season. Please don't avoid too long addressing concerns. Allow yourself to have that safe place, and the effects of holiday movies can definitely bring that for you. So thank you once again for watching The Drama is Life and joining us on this episode of the effects of holiday movies this year. And I hope that you watch a good one. Hopefully it's a good, we want to see the good ones that come out, the new ones, if there's any new ones coming out this year. One that I did just watch yesterday, I will tell you, is called Noel. the Noel Christmas, I think, and it's with Patti LaBelle in it and Keisha Knight Pulliam. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So I won't tell you if you haven't seen it, but it was again one of those Lifetime movies. And I know this week coming up is another one with the Kirk Franklin one. So again, they consistently have like watch it this, and they plan it so that you can plan to get your experience present, whether it be your cookies, your candies, your tissues, your hot chocolate, your blanket, your boo, or even if it's just you, that's okay. Hope you enjoy your holiday movie and your time. You guys have a great week, and we will see you next week as we talk about the effects of holiday music. So come with some of your greatest holiday hits. We're going to talk about those next week. Bye bye. Good night.